Excellent. Right, let me just make sure I'm coming up. I do this every week. Just 2 seconds. Yay, there we go. There we are. Fabulous. Right, so I would love to see some people joining me. So I'm just going to pop the link to join me in the bottom of this. So if I just edit that. I need a technical person, don't I? There we go. So if you're watching this live, if you click that Zoom link, you can actually just join me right in the Zoom room. We can do some coaching together. I would love to have some guests on this week. So let me know if that's something you want to do. Click the button and jump in. So what we're really going to look at is how to deal with any breakdowns powerfully. Life is going to throw you curveballs and you're going to have breakdowns. It's just what life does, right? It'll throw whatever it wants to in your way. And life happens on life's terms. That's one of the things that I really learned in recovery, was that regardless of what my plans are, life's got other ideas. So one of the things that I used to do is I would either avoid breakdowns and I would over plan and I would get really in my head about it, or I would almost like get angry and kind of start to procrastinate to the point where I did nothing, because I didn't know how to deal with a breakdown because I was overwhelmed, and it also was poking that little bit of perfectionist in me, and it didn't like it. So that was how I dealt with breakdowns before. And it's not a very powerful way to deal with breakdowns, I've got to say. I probably caused more trouble than was actually happening at the time. But that's what I want to give you. I want to give you a strategy to be able to deal with breakdowns so that you don't have to go and deal with the life of like being upset and annoyed and fucked off and losing pals that I put myself through. I'd rather you didn't. So let me give you it in the context of an example. I'm going to be going to London at the end of August, and there's a definite date and time that I want to be in London, or that I will be in London by. So what I need to do is look at, imagine that I'm standing there in London, I've made it, and I want to be asking myself, how did I get there? So it might be a plane, it might be a train, you know, obvious things like that. But then there's other bits to plan into that, right? So in order for me to have even made that train, how do I get to the train station? And then for me to have got to the train station, what time do I need to be out the door? If I need to be out the door, what time do I need to be getting ready by? If I need to be getting ready, what time do I need to be up by? So what we can also do is we can plan all of that out, but what we can also look at is, what are the potentials for breakdowns here? What's my plan if the trains are cancelled? Do I have a backup plan? What do I do if the train is running late and it's going to knock me off? What do I do if I can't get a taxi in the morning? So one of the powerful things we can do is, rather than avoid a breakdown, is we can declare one without it even having happened. So we can imagine, right, imagine that there's something going to derail me. What's my options? And we can replan that route. So maybe I want to have 2 or 3 taxi numbers just in case I can't get one. But now that I'm thinking about it, and if I was to declare a breakdown and go, right, replan it from now, I think what I'll do is I'll book my car well in advance, so that is done. It's a done deal, it's sorted, and I don't need to worry about it. So there's a few questions that I would be asking when anticipating a breakdown, or that there's something that you want to do that's really important to you and it's time sensitive, or it's just important, right? Then there's a few questions that you would need to be asking. One, how did I get there? Or how did I do it? Or how did I get that? Two, what did I do to get there? Three, what did I stop doing to get there? Four, what did I have to give up to get there? Maybe a mindset thing. Five, what actions did I take that I wasn't taking before that allowed me to get there? So I've just spotted that I could book that taxi in advance. There's an action that I could take that I wasn't taking before because I've just seen it. What am I doing to get there? Then I've got a taxi and I've got a train to get me to there. And then I need to research how I get to the hotel from the train station. What did I stop doing? Well, I'd probably need to not stay up late the night before so that I'm up in time to go and get the train and I'm not tired. So that's something I'd need to not do the night before because that's a potential for a breakdown. What did I give up? Give up that it's a hassle to have to go all the way to London and I'm going to be tired and I'm going to be uncomfortable and how am I going to work and will there be Wi-Fi and worrying about all of that. I'm going to give up worrying. I'm going to give up why am I going to London in the middle of like the coaching business taking off and like it's going to take me out of the game and blah, blah, blah. I'm giving all of that up because I'm just going to go and have a nice time. And so now that I've looked at all of that, then I can anticipate, you know, things that I can do that would help to resolve that breakdown. It might be that I have to go and get a flight instead of the train if they go on strike. But what I can also put in place is that I check what the trains are running at, and if there's going to be any strikes anticipated between now and then. I can also keep an eye on cancellations and on train times and see if anything's running late. So that's it. That is literally resolving breakdowns in a nutshell. Dead simple. And you can apply that to anything, right? If there's a relationship that you're in right now and you want to get out of it, right? Imagine yourself 6 months in the future, you're single, you're happy, and everything's going great for you. How did you get there? Like stand in 6 months' time, how did you get there? What action did you take? What did you stop taking? What action did you take that you weren't taking before? What did you have to give up? And start to inquire, like, what does that look like? And then you can start looking at what actions you want to take. Don't tie yourself to anything, just ponder this. And if nobody's coming on, I think that's us. So let me know what you got from this in the comments. Let me know if there's something that this might have given you some clarity in terms of planning, and I'd really love to hear from you. So I'll speak to you soon.